Hey, this is René, welcome back for another video on this channel, and today I'm back with another programming tutorial. And to start this video off, I will show you now exactly what the program will look like once we finished coding at the end of this video. So I quickly started a backtest to demonstrate you this specific strategy, and this strategy works with two indicators mainly. We use the moving average indicator on the chart time frame or a higher time frame for some trend direction filtering, and then on the daily time frame or any time frame you like, but I use the daily, we use the average true range indicator, which will give us the average range or the average price movement of the last 14 bars in the daily chart. So yeah, why do we determine the trend direction using the moving average? Because with the beginning of the next bar, we will see that a order is placed, and you can see it here. So we are not opening the position immediately, because in this case we want to wait for a setback to get a better entry in this trend position. So we are placing a buy limit order instead of a market or buy stop order, and you can see the buy limit order, of course, is below the current price, and in this case it is 1,200 points or 12 US dollar in the GBP US dollar market here below the current price, and it is because we do have the ATR, which is around 22, and we do have this ATR input parameter, which is 0.5. So we will take the ATR 22, multiply it with 0.5, so it's 10 to 11 US dollar, and this is why the current buy limit order is around 11 US dollar below the current price. So we are waiting for a major setback here. So let me fast forward here. Oh, and you can see, by the way, this position or the buy limit order will be updated with every single bar. So the old order is deleted and we place a new order, because what we want to see is a quick setback in one single bar, like we can see it here, and this might trigger the order now. Yes, it does. So you can see buy order is triggered. We also have the TP and the stop loss in place based on the ATR indicator, and now the price should reverse and go more into the trend direction here. And this is what's happening. So we see the take profit, and then we start placing new orders, and this is again done by using these buy limit orders, and you can see all of these trades are done into the trend direction. So if I fast forward this a bit, and if the price drops below the moving average, like we see here, we can see that now we are working with the sell limit orders instead of the buy limit orders. And once we go back above the moving average, we will place the buy limit orders again. And you can see some of these trades are winning, some of these trades are losing. This tutorial will just be the programming part. I will upload another video with a backtesting, or where I show the optimization results and everything, so you can learn more about this. But in this video, let me quickly demonstrate you how the programming is done. So you will learn how to work with the ATR indicator, how to create stop loss and TP based on this indicator, and this is something which is new on this channel so far, I think, so it will be definitely worth learning this. So this will not be an absolute beginner tutorial. I will not explain like the most basic concepts. If you're interested in learning more about this, watch the other tutorials on this channel, or if you're looking for a complete programming course for the MetaTrader 5, check out the link in the video description and you will find such a course. But now let's jump into programming this trading strategy for the MetaTrader 5. So open the MetaQuotes language editor, create a new expert advisor, and choose any name you like. I will go with the turtle. I don't know, this is the working name that I chose. I will add this YouTube, so now it's the YouTube version. Then click on next, and finish, and create the new expert advisor. And I personally like to delete the properties and these basic comments here, but you don't have to do this. And you can see the speed in this tutorial will be a little bit quicker. Again, it's not an absolute beginner tutorial. And I like to rearrange my brackets for the 3 basic event handling functions like this. So what do we need for this strategy? First, let's start by creating some input variables, and I will add some comments for this so you know what's going on. So we need an input for the lots later on, so we can determine the lot size. Then we will need an input for the time frame. Maybe put this in the beginning. Enum time frame. This will be our most basic time frame, which will be relevant for like placing the buy limit and sell limit orders. Then we will need, or let's group this. We have the general settings here, and then we will have some indicator settings. Settings like this, and we will have the time frame for the moving average, of course. Oh, I forgot to get the name here. So we have the MA, moving average time frame, and we will use the period H1 here also. Then we will have the MA periods, of course. I will go with, let's go with 100. These are just the default settings, so everyone's able to change this later on. Then, of course, we will need the applied price or the MA method first for the moving average. MA method, mode SMA or whatever mode you like. And then enum applied price, MA applied price. And here we will go with the close price. So these are just the parameters that we will need later on for the moving average. And you can see these are exactly the parameters that every moving average has. We have the period, the method, the applied to, and the time frame, of course, is chosen by the chart here in the MetaTrader, but in the programming, we can, of course, choose whatever time frame we like. Then we will also need some inputs for the ATR. So let's start with the time frame here too. And as I said, I will use the daily time frame here. And then we will need the ATR periods. Let's just go with the default settings of 14 for now. So now, since we did this here, we will, we can also include the ctrade class already, because we will use this later on, of course, for the position opening. So make sure to include the trade.mqh file like this. Now let's create some global variables that we want to use in multiple functions. And here we will create the handle for the moving average and the handle for the ATR indicator, of course. And let's also create the trade object variable of type ctrade, which we will then use to open positions. Then in the onInit function, of course, we will have to initialize the indicator handles or handle variables like this. So the handle MA will be will get the return value of the IMA function. The IMA function is a function that will give us the handle of one specific indicator. So we pretty much just create a description for this specific indicator, and for this description we will have to tell the computer exactly what specific moving average we want to create. So we will have to get the symbol, or we have to provide the symbol, the time frame, the periods, the shift value, the MA method, and the MA applied price. And here we just use all of the input variables that we created before for the moving average here, right? And the shift value, I usually just choose 0. I normally hard code this, and for the symbol, I usually choose the chart symbol. Then we need the handle for the ATR, and here we will use the IATR function, and we will also add the ATR variables that we created up here as input variables. So this will create our indicator handles. And you could also set a magic number, etc. for the trade object, but let's not do this in this tutorial. And then let's go on with the onTick function. So first thing I want to do, or maybe let's create another global variable for the total bars in this chart, and then let's check if there's a new bar in the chart. We can also initialize the bus total variable. So the first order will be placed with a new bar, and then we go bars total is equal to I bars. The I bars function will just give us the total amount of bars in a specific chart. And here I want to use the third time frame that we had as a input variable here. And this is like the overall trading time frame, so to say. So now in the onTick function, we want to create another bars variable where we get the total amount of bars in this specific time frame again. And then we want to check, like here in general, we want to check for a new bar. So what we want to do is we want to check if bars total is unequal bars, because this means pretty much that there was just a new bar created, and in this case we can already update the bars total variable. So what we want to do now is we want to first of all determine the moving average trend direction. So let's get the moving average value for the last bar. And we can do this of course using the copy buffer function. The copy buffer function will just copy a specific amount of bars from the buffer of any indicator, and this indicator can be defined using a handle. And we have the handle for the moving average. This is what we calculated here pretty much, or created here using the IMA function, and we just stored it in the handle MA variable. So we will use this handle MA variable here as a first parameter for the copy buffer function. The buffer number is usually the main line if the indicator only has one line. Starting position is 1, count is 1, and we store it in the MA array that I will quickly create up here. So once we did this, let's also get the value for the last bar, get ATR value for the last bar, because here we just do the same stuff pretty much. We use the copy buffer function, now we use the handle ATR. It's also the main line because there is only main line. And then let's just get the value for the last finished and calculated day, and we just get one value that will be stored in the ATR then. Also for further processing, we will need the bid and ask price. So let's say double bid is equal to symbol info double, symbol bid. Like these symbol info double functions, this function can be used whenever you need a specific property from a specific symbol. And you can see you can get a lot of different values, but we will just go with the bid and the ask price. So now we have this, we can determine the trend direction. Find the MA trend direction, and here, as I said, I wanted to choose, or I want to check if the bid price is above the current moving average. In this case, it is a buy trend, or if the bid price is below the current moving average. In this case, it is a sell trend. So here we want to place our buy orders now, right? So what I want to do is, and also before we open positions, let's do it like this. Check for buy trend, check for sell trend, check for open positions. First of all, we want to check if we do have open positions, because in this case, we want to send a new order, and if we have open positions already, we don't want to send new orders here. And you can quickly check if you have open positions like this. Just check if positions total is equal to 0, which means that there are currently no open positions in this specific account. There could be better solutions for this, and this solution will of course not work if you use multiple expert advisors, or if you also do manual trading in this account. But yeah, for now, let's just do it like this. And then we check if we do have a buy trend. And if we do have a buy trend, then we want to place the order, right? So let's first calculate the entry. And for buy positions, I will calculate the entry using the ask price, and I will subtract the ask price multiplied with the ATR value. I would say ask plus the ATR value multiplied with the, and now we need the factor, and this would be a great input parameter. So let's go here and say input double ATR entry factor, and let's say 0.5 for example, and let's also create the ATR TP factor already and the ATR SL factor. You can choose any default values, of course. I will just go with these, but yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can also go with 1 for the SL factor, but the user will be able to change this anyways, since these are input variables, right? So now we can use these variables and say, I want to calculate the entry based on the ATR entry factor. I want to calculate the TP based on the entry plus the ATR multiplied with the ATR TP factor. And I want to go with SL, which is entry minus ATR multiplied with ATR SL factor. Now, since I have these 3 values, I also need to calculate the expiration here, because we want to calculate order parameters, because we will need a expiration time, because as I showed you in the test in the beginning, all of these orders, they should just stay live for a maximum of 1 hour, because for a maximum of 1 bar in the main trading time frame, because then we want to create a new order. So the old order should be deleted, and this can be done automatically by using a expiration time. So we will just choose the time of the current bar here that was just created, plus the period seconds of our trading time frame here, which means that at the beginning of the next bar the order will be expired and we can create a new one. So here now we have this, we can use the trade object variable and say we want to place a buy limit order with a volume of lots, which is just taken from the input parameter here, and then we want to give all of these prices that we just calculated, the entry, the symbol should be the chart symbol in most cases, then we add the TSL, the TP, and now we can say order time specified, because we want to specify the expiration time by using our expiration date time variable here. And last but not least, we have a chart comment, we have an order comment. You can say like buy order or blah blah blah, but you can also just leave it out. Okay, by doing this, we will create a buy limit order. Now, if we have a sell order, of course, we want to do the same thing. Calculate order parameters. And here we want to say entry is equal to bid minus, oh, wait, I did it wrong. Like the calculation for the buy limit price, the entry price should be ask price minus ATR, of course. And for the sell order, it's bid plus ATR, of course, because we are working with limit orders. So we calculate the entry, we calculate the TP, and yeah, it's just pretty basic what I'm doing here, basic math. Did this in countless tutorials on the channel already. So if you do not understand what's going on, just watch the other tutorials on the channel and you will easily understand what I'm doing here. And then the expiration will be, of course, the same calculation. We just take the current timestamp of the current bar and we add the period seconds for the trading time frame. And then we say trade sell limit, and then we can say lots entry symbol SLTP order time will be specified as the expiration time in our expiration variable. So if we compile this, we should not see any orders. We can add another comment here, but yeah, the line should be pretty self-explaining. Sell limit or limit order. And yeah, if we compile this, we can then switch back to the MetaTrader and do a first test. So go to overview, visualize test in your tester. If you do not see the tester, click on view, strategy tester. And then, yeah, just choose the program that you wrote. For me, it's the Turtle YouTube, and choose the visual mode, choose the time frame and the symbol you want to test. And then in this in the inputs, you can of course adjust these inputs, but for now let's just go with the default settings to just check if a program is doing what we want or if it's like close to doing what we want here. And yeah, now we can see, oh, there was a order created already, but I think this is fine. So let's see if this order will be replaced with the next bar. And yeah, I think it was replaced with the next bar. So you can see the order is updated correctly. Everything's working fine. And yeah, once we have a position, we do not open more orders because then we do have the open position. So now we are just waiting until this position is closed. And boom, once it's closed, we see more orders. And yeah, orders get executed. Let's check if we also see the sell limit orders. We do. So you can see this is already the working program, and it's so simple in MetaTrader 5 to write programs like this and test them over multiple years. And we actually already made a profit of 5K. But yeah, this is of course just a short and stupid test. You would have to do long-term tests. So you can see this is really easily done. We just wrote like 80 lines of code. Let me explain this one more time, and then maybe we can add 1 or 2 more things that will make this program even better. So yeah, include the trade MQH file so you have access to the ctrade class. Then we created all of these input variables. These are the ones that the user can change and that you can also change in the tester, of course. Then we have some global variables because we want to use these variables in multiple functions, like for example in the onInit and also in the onTick. Yeah, speaking about the onInit, we calculate the handles for our indicators here, and we initialize the bars total variable. And then we just check for new bars in the onTick function. Once we find a new bar, calculate both of these indicators, or we get the values for the last bar for both of these indicators. And then it's really pretty simple. We just get the bid and ask price, check if there are open positions, and if there are no open positions, we just determine the trend direction, calculate the trade parameters or order parameters, and then send the order. So really straightforward, super simple program. You can use this for testing and optimizing already. But as I said, for live trading, it's not really suitable because we have this, and this will make it work unreliably, or it's not really working perfect in the live environment if you do more trades. So let's fix this quickly. So whenever you want to write an expert advisor, you want the expert advisor in most cases to just care about its own trades and to just like work with its own trades. Here we are using all of the positions in the account, which is not really good programming, I would say. So to fix this, we can apply the concept of the magic number in MetaTrader 5. In MetaTrader 5, all positions and orders and deals, they can have a magic number. So let's create a input for this. Input int magic, and this could be any random value that you choose, because we now want to go ahead and in the onInit function, we want to set the magic number. And this is done using our trade object here. So we say trade set expert magic number, and here we just give the magic number as a parameter, or actually you can choose a unsigned long value here, but yeah, you can also choose a int, whatever you prefer. And if you do it like this, nothing really changes. Like the program will behave the exactly same way, but we will see that, like, I do not think you can see it in the tester, but in the live trading, you will see every trade now has this specific magic number if it was created by this expert advisor. So now what we can do is, and which is a really nice way, is before we check if we have open positions, we just loop all trades to count the trades of this EA, or loop all positions to count the positions, the open position or positions of this EA. And this is done by using a simple for loop. So we just loop through all of the trades in this account. So here we see the position totals function again, but let me show you the difference in a second. Just loop through all the trades, and then whenever we selected a trade, we can now go ahead and select this position using the C position info class is the easiest and quickest way, I think, because now we can say if position select by index, and then we choose index I. So if we're able to select a position, and by the way, if you want to learn more about like using the C position info class and more about object-oriented programming and advanced programming stuff in the MetaTrader, check out the first link in the video description. I will explain everything in like a lot of detail, and you will learn it for sure. So here we select the position, then we can easily check position magic. If this position magic number is equal to the magic number from our inputs, because this will make sure that this position is opened by this expert advisor. If every expert advisor in your account has a unique magic number, which is highly recommended. And then we can just create a counter here, a counter variable. And if we find a position with this magic number, we will just increase the counter by 1. So what we can do here is we can check if counter is equal to 0. And this will make sure that, I mean, it doesn't change the program in the tester. It will work completely the same. But in a live account, it will make sure that this expert advisor is only counting the trades that are done with this magic number. So you can use this EA multiple times in your live account, or you could also use manual trades, do manual trades, or use other EAs in this account, and it will still work fine because this expert advisor is only using the one specific magic number that you defined in the inputs. And if you now activate this EA multiple times in your account, of course, every expert advisor should choose a different magic number so they do not have a problem finding their own trades. Yeah, again, you cannot see the magic number in the tester, but you will see it in the live account. Then you will have this specific column saying magic number, and yeah, this is what the magic number can be used for. So I hope this little quick programming tutorial was helpful for you. And yeah, now you can do your own testing with this expert advisor. It's actually kind of efficient also for testing because we don't have a lot of calculations because we only do everything once per bar. So you can do this for quick long-term testing. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you find some good settings so everyone reading the comments can benefit from this. And make sure to add more features to this program if you like to. Just modify it in any way you like. And again, if you want to learn more about MT5 programming, check out the other tutorials on this channel. There are also a lot more easier and more basic programming tutorials than this one. And if you want to have like a really structured course which will teach you everything from A to Z, check out the link in the video description. Anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great time. Good trades. Bye bye.